Hi everyone, this is Tanya from You and Your Witchy Stuff. Welcome to my space, my witchy altar room. So this is going to be the collective reading for the week of August 18th of 2024. I start Sunday and go to Saturday, some do Monday to Sunday, whatever the case is. So this is the collective reading, so take what resonates with you. So what may apply for me may not apply for you. What may apply for many may not apply for one or other, whatever the case is. But whoever this applies to in the collective on there, this is for guidance. This is to be mindful and aware of situations. Give me energies that will apply for this week. That you may want to take into account, meaning feelings, thoughts, energies, or situations that can better prepare yourself. Again, situations and things change from day to day, circumstance to circumstance, can change the course that we're on, even the most minuscule things or the most momentum, but mainly in between. But again, this is just guidance. This is, again, a collective reading. This comes to you from my gift, my ability, but the connection that I have with the spiritual realm, my spirits, my familiars I work with, and the powers that be, and the deities, and my ancestors, and that the path I work with and walk on that guide me. So I'm happy to share my gift with you. If this resonates with you, please comment below what if there's any part of this reading, any of my past readings on that. I always appreciate any feedback, of course, and of course, also giving the connection with others. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. I read at a convention in the past 2 days. Not many people, but some intense energy. We all have different vibrations and different circumstances that we bring to the table, and different frequencies and energies. But again, I'm happy for that opportunity, but just coming down a bit, a little bit. Plus it's Sunday, preparing mentally for another work week. My real job. So without further ado, here is the weekly collective reading. The tarot I'm using, which I did use at the convention, is the Bohemian Gothic. Such a beautiful, amazing deck with a lot of seeing beyond the seen, beyond the obvious, beyond the mundane, and into the magical, and peering across the veil. And a different perception and point of view of was normally depicted on the traditional RWS, Rider-Waite-Smith system, or the Thoth system, or Golden Dawn. But the quality of this deck, at first I wasn't happy with the card stock, but I come to love it. I come to love the whole deck. She has a special place in my practice and my guidance, and does work for others, and does show up different things for others that they may not see. So, yes. So, a great tool. Let's see what the guides and the universe has for the collective this week, and what we all are to be mindful of, or that may help us to apply and have a better footing in this life, in our situations, our emotions, and our relationships, no matter what path we have or what experience we're on. Okay, so let's see. We're going to pull 3 for the collective. Let's see what comes up here. The Wheel of Fortune. I love this Wheel of Fortune. With the reader, the seasoned reader, the older character, they're reading for a younger character on that. But the advisory, the connection, looking within, looking beyond, getting that truth and seeking. And the cycles of that, meaning the age cycles here and what's depicted too. That's what's coming up already for this Wheel of Fortune. An interesting Wheel of Fortune versus the traditional wheel that goes around, which is, the Wheel of Fortune is fortune, good, bad, ugly, and usually in between, and cyclical. Now the second card is the Fool, another major arcana. Look at that, see, taking a leap off the ledge, a leap of faith. The Fool is going forth into something new, taking that leap of faith, taking the path unknown, even through uncertainty or what may not be the obvious. And lastly is the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so what this is telling me, and what my guides are telling me to be advised of for all of us, and who this may ever apply, or who this may apply to and resonate with, is that things are always, we're on a constant journey with the Fool. We're constantly on the edge and the brink of change, disaster, cycles, growth, and beginnings. Now, lately, in the past several weeks, I've been in my previous collective readings, if you want to check those out or to tie that in, I have been mentioning not only for myself, but just the overall vibration of the collective and what I've been coming across with others, with speaking with others, and what I've been intuitively picking up by observation and perception is that we're all on a journey, and our journeys are new. We're developing more individually and therefore affecting the collective. Whether a collective is huge of a map that we affect, or whether it's a small footprint of a few others like friends, family members, coworkers. Whether we're introverts and it's just a few of us, or whether we're a wide span of friends, family, and relationships of extroverts. And most of us have a mixture of both, depending on what we encounter and the circumstances we've perceived in this life. But a new journey is being embarked on. It's being advised highly from myself and what I'm picking up here overall. It's being highly advised, not to be repetitive, sorry, they're just repeating to me, meaning the spirits and the guides, that take that leap of faith. It's uncertain. We're all on an uncertain path. That's what the existence of being a human is flowing through the uncertainty. Trying your best to take that leap of faith. It's time. It's time to let go of limitations, let go of past circumstances or relationships that are holding us back. Not to completely not say erase them, but to let them go and release those restrictives. Things that no longer serve. We've all been, as a collective, been releasing and reflecting, which is great, on what we want, because there's so much going on overall that's affecting everybody that we don't want, but we can affect what we can to the best way possible without being over-controlling or getting overwhelmed, but just doing the best to learn and grow and better ourselves and our relationships for ourselves and what applies to our everyday lives. So it's saying to go forth, take that leap of faith. Yeah, it's uncertain. This week's going to be a lot about taking that leap of faith and taking those chances. Because just like the Fool, you can be advised, you can study, learn, and get that wisdom from your circumstances or the advice of those in your life, from teachers, friends, family, workers, co-workers, etc. You can get that advice, and that can help you from the past, present, and future to create what you want. But ultimately, we're all at the mercy of cycles, and we can only have so much advisement that's going to get us through to the next step. However, without taking that leap of faith and being afraid of and looking constantly for guidance and validation in your decisions, or letting the outside of others' advice or opinions affect you, you are your best resource. Trust your intuition. It's screaming at me. This goes for myself too. Trust your intuition. Take that leap of faith. We've started as a collective. Many of us I know that this applies to in the past 2 years, which includes this year, a new journey, a removal of things, a crossroads we're at currently, and that's why it's saying to take the leap of faith. That's what's being advisory with this version of the Wheel of Fortune. More is to come. But in that, if you hold yourself back by restrictions in the past or even the present, you're not going to move forward to creating that future that you need to better yourself and have a healthier, happier, more productive, fruitful life. Past does not define the present or the future. So again, just be cognitive of that. And the 8 of Pentacles here is just to say also, even though you are to be taking that leap of faith and going forth on that journey with uncertainty, but with a youthful perspective and embracing what's to come, despite that. Get the advisory you need, but check in with yourself to get that advisory. That's what's important. But be prudent. Prudent means being careful with your finances, because the pentacles have to do with earth or finances, and your home life and your work life. Trying to find that working towards your goals. Putting forth that effort and learning, kind of like being an apprentice. It is indicating to me that to reflect on your resources and your knowledge on that, to take that leap of faith you already have. So work with what you already have to go forth and make that leap this week. That's what it is. Push through that uncertainty. And if this happens to pertain to work, meaning a physical job or situation, you're putting forth effort on that. It's saying that it's definitely going to affect that to those of us that in the collective that this may apply to. So continue to learn, continue to put effort, but be prudent with your words and your actions and your finances, and things will come to more of a cycle. As we're right now, I believe we're in the middle of a turn of the wheel, as typically shown in the Wheel of Fortune. But this week we're going to make some bounds a lot more towards pushing forward and through, which is good. We all want progress. So let's see here what, of course, no surprise, the Haunted Manor Oracle. This is one of the best oracle decks I own. She's a great clarifying deck, a great tool, companion, and she has a great sense of humor. And what comes up with the cards usually, and in my Twitter readings, will show up afterwards when I pull the oracle cards. That happened in all my readings in the past 2 days for when I was doing my client readings. Let's see what comes up here as an additional message and clarification for this week's message for the collective, for to be mindful and aware of or will affect circumstances, or to take in consideration. We have a jumper that fell out. And this one's been showing up in readings, collective readings for the past several weeks, on and off, been for my own personal self, and in, of course, the readings I did for my clients at the convention in the past couple days. The Fountain, check in with yourself. Well, that's always good advice. That means checking in with yourself, checking in with your energies. How much energy are you putting into certain circumstances, connecting with your emotions, your self-care? Checking with yourself of how your relationships are, whether they are a work situation, a home, family, or friendship, or your relationship with yourself. Check in with yourself. Be truthful. Look at a situation truthfully. How do I really feel about this? How is my energy, my feelings, my interactions flowing? How is that helping me to flow through to create what I want to go forward and what I've been working with and taking that leap of faith with the decision? It's going to be, since we got 2 major arcana, it is going to be a week of decisions are coming to be presented forth. And being drawn to draw one more, and we're reading the cards, and the one that comes up is cards. It says, of course, play the hand that you are dealt, or that is dealt. Play the hand that is dealt, or that you are dealt. You can change the words on that. It is play the hand that you are dealt. So what you've been dealt with, the good, the bad, and ugly, and mostly in between, those lessons that you have and those resources that you have, your own self as a resource from your own lessons and what you've let go and what you have learned, or hopefully have learned from things that maybe were challenging or adversarial, but have helped you. Play with those resources that you're dealt. Yes, when you're dealt lemons in life, like they say, make lemonade. Kind of like that. When the cards come up, even if they're not the most happy, great cards, or they have maybe a negative feeling or connotation or message to them, play with the hands that you were dealt, the resources that you have been, those lessons that you have. Turn those situations around to the best, to your advantage, and also use that resources and those around you in your circumstances the best to your advantage. What you're being dealt of, try to forget what you're not being dealt with or what cards you have in situations that you don't have in the lack mindset, but work with what you do have dealt with, because you're your best resource. I'm my best resource, and as a collective, and those that matter in our life are the best resources, and learning and growing and just being cognitive of that. It's recommended to be highly adaptable, flexible, and to reworking what you have from a different perspective. So this week I do see that it's going to be a great week, a very powerful week, a lot of making decisions that we've already been working on. A lot of us have been at crossroads or been in very heavy situations, but it's time to check in with ourselves and what we really want, what we really value to create for ourselves, and what has already been creating value in our life, even if it is a hard truth. And even though it may cause some different feelings, being alone, or others may alienate you, that may mean it's time to move on to a different stage in your life, because we're not getting any younger here of us, no matter what our age is, and the world is getting harder and harder day by day, moment by moment. So I hope this finds you all well. If you did get any resonance from this video or this reading, please comment below. Please also comment, like, and subscribe to my channel, as it helps my channel grow. And also, of course, that it does help, of course, me to know that my messages and my guides is getting out there, just as others, I obtain value from that too, and guidance and the respective creativity. On that. So again, have a great week, and blessed be.